Hi YouTube friends, it's Maya Leela. I haven't been on for a bit. I don't know where my tripod is, and so I'm holding the camera, so sorry if it's like a little bouncy, but I love this painting that I did. So, astrocartography. Have you ever looked into astrocartography? I have been a world traveler for most of my life, and looking back on the places that I've lived and traveled and been called to and seeing how they interact with my astrology, because astrocartography charts your birth chart onto the globe and it shows you the energetic lines for your specific star map. And it's fascinating. It's magical. It's fascinating. It's powerful. Like, shit is real. For example, I lived in Patagonia for a few months back in 2012. And it was literally the middle of nowhere. I had to take a 21-hour bus ride from Buenos Aires south west. It was basically across the border from Santiago in Chile, I think. And it was this tiny little town of 2,000 people, no paved roads, no restaurants, no stoplights, nothing, no cars barely. Everybody walked or rode horses. And so years later, and this was definitely a place of healing for me, like very deep, intense healing work. I'd left a platonic relationship with my first major spiritual mentor, who I'd been living and working with in Buenos Aires. Super fucking hot, crazy, insane, creative powerhouse Kundalini yoga instructor. Who, when we met, I was totally into him. I fell in love with him immediately. And he's like, I don't feel like we're meant to have sex in this lifetime. And I was like, fuck you. Why not? And yeah, it was a good experience for my awakening, because he called me out on all of my ego bullshit. But it wasn't what I wanted. And so finally I was like, this isn't working for me. I need to go. And he got pissed because I was abandoning him, and he wanted us to do music together, and he wanted me to be his manager and tour the world. And I was like, I need to figure out what my dreams are. I need to go. And so I left and I went to Patagonia, and this tiny, tiny little nowhere town called El Huecu, which means the hole, was directly under my Chiron line. And if you know about Chiron, Chiron is your deepest wounds, the wounded healer. And just what are the odds that this tiny little town that I moved to in the middle of fucking nowhere, Patagonia, is directly underneath my Chiron line? So just as an example, it's really helpful to understand the energetics of different places, of how different places can impact you, or why you went there in the past, even without knowing why you went to certain places. And also for planning for the future. If you're a global nomad like me and you travel the world and you can kind of pick wherever on the planet you want to live, it's nice to know, hey, if I move to Istanbul, that's right under my Venus line. So my chances of developing or finding deep, fulfilling romantic love are pretty high, which I haven't been there. Maybe I should go there next. Or your sun line. Going to your sun line can help you show up as your highest version of yourself, and for people to really see you and in your amazingness. And my sun line runs over Barcelona. And I've only spent 1 week in Barcelona, and it was the best week of my life. And this was again back in 2012. And I didn't know at the time that it was my sun line, but I just remember this week there being the most fun, the most just enjoyable week of my fucking life. And again, I should probably go back to Barcelona. And in astrocartography, if you can pull up a free chart, it's really complicated. There's tons of lines everywhere, and you're like, what do these lines mean? And there's certain details that I don't even know about yet, because I've brought in one of my good friends, Yana, and she is an astrocartography genius. And so funny and so engaging. And like, I love watching her talk about astrocartography. Like, she's fucking hilarious. So she will tell you all of the details, because like even for your Jupiter line, your Venus line, your sun lines, there's IC, there's DC, there's certain things that can be like good or bad. Then there's like different things from your chart that you have to look out for. So like, it's complicated, but we are going to give you just not all the information, just the specific information that you need to really maximize the magic and the power of different places on the planet. And you don't even need to travel. You don't have to go move to these places. You don't have to buy a plane ticket to go to these places. You can bring the magic and power of these places into your home. So we're going to tell you how to do that too. And we're combining astrocartography with the Eden Quadrant, which is a formula of embodied human design that my friend Cora created. And it's a way of making these concepts tangible and real and physical in your body and applying them in your day-to-day life. So it's not just a concept, but it's a lived experience. And so you're also going to learn about your Eden Quadrant. And again, we're not going to tell you, we're not going to fire hose you with all the information. We're just going to give you specifically what you need to thrive and to enjoy your fucking life and to become your highest expression, most magical, authentic, erotic, joy-filled self. And when I use the word erotic, I'm not talking about sexy. Like, also, yes, let's be sexy. But I'm talking about the creative life force that keeps you alive, that animates your body. And the more that we can lean into our erotic life force, the more beauty we bring to the world, the more creativity, the more we can create and literally birth the new world, the new earth through our bodies, through the experience that we are co-creating and generating on the planet as an individual for the collective, as a collective eventually. Thriving for all beings. That's my mission. Thriving for all beings. How do we get to thriving for all beings? Starts with you. Starts with me. So come join us on this journey. This workshop is insanely cheap. It's $33 is the early bird, which ends tonight at midnight Pacific time. Today's, it's 11/11. Happy 11/11. So the early bird, we might extend it because there's so many more people that I want to join. But the early bird is $33 US. After midnight tonight, probably it'll go up to $55 US, which is still a total steal. We should be charging $250 at least for this workshop, if not more. I'm kind of mad about it, but I'm like, okay, we're testing out the waters. We're getting this under our belt. We may offer it live again. I know a lot of people can't make the live. You will get a recording. It is totally worth the recording. I would definitely get this, even if you can't attend live this time. We might run it again, but I don't know if we're going to do that. So, come and show up for yourself, for your highest expression, for your greatest joy, for thriving for yourself and for all beings and for the collective and for the earth. It's time to thrive.